one singing, the checker, the trucker, the hooker, the housewife I hear. America sings, America
wanna hear the story of my life? What their movie companies, streaming documentaries. Won't you come and ask me, please? And pay me $1 million, send it right to at the store. Cause if you pay me $1 million, I wouldn't gotta go and do it no more.
1, 2, 3, 4. Just like something on the mountain. Everybody don't know that song. Working for a living the whole day long, all the live long day. Hey, somebody, free your head. Take a look my way. I'm getting old and I tell you, getting old ain't nothing new.
Something that you know. Sometimes you wanna hear the story of my life. What are the movie companies, TV documentaries? Won't you come and ask me, please? Typically in the morning, we wait the chance until 7. Then you start making your way to the ladder, climbing up the steel. Every 2 floors, the plank went off. Then disconnect the bottom of the mast and tie it to the top of the choking case. Get a heavy block in the job. It weighs about 200 pounds, 250, something like that. You see, I've been working since I was 18 years old, structural. I worked on buildings about 120, 130 feet high. Now that's not something everyone else can do. That's why automatically every hour just got an ego. And you had to wear this cool tool belt. Trust me, when you're 18, you got those wrenches in your holster, you feel like a cowboy or a sailor. So here's the thing. If I put a 2x4 on the floor, I could knock you over with a stick. If I put it up 50 feet, I have a little gust of wind, and you overreact, you end up falling off. Into the hole, that is. That's what a term for it is. Someone fell off the building, they fell into the hole. But if you're just starting off, 18 years old, the guy next to you walks the beam, you're gonna walk the beam too. But if you aren't work long enough, it's the real scares. Us iron workers, we talk amongst ourselves. I noticed myself getting this copper taste in my mouth. If you ever put a penny in your mouth as a kid, you know that taste. Taste of fear, I guess. But as I get older, I reconciled that just easy to coon across the beam. Now, it's easier, but you lose all that hair on the inside of your legs. You can always tell an iron worker because they don't have any hair on the inside of their legs. Another bad thing is we don't have outhouses out here, so We piss in the columns. You see, everyone's always drunk the night before, so they're always expelling themselves on these columns. The bad thing about that is, time's gonna come where you're gonna have to work down there. And the worst thing is when you have to burn something, it smells like cooking a toilet. But I always knew I was gonna be an iron worker. My older brothers are iron workers. My father was an iron worker, but believe me, my father was very disappointed when he figured out I wasn't going to college. We had a college boy here over the summer. He saw a book in my pocket. He goes, "You read?" And that's what can get to you. The non-recognition from other people. To say a man is just a laborer or a woman is just a housewife. It gets to you sometimes. Sometimes I like to look out the skyline at a building I built. Say, that one right there. I like to look out at the office I built. I see a guy driving a nice air-conditioned car into an air-conditioned office, just sitting back and enjoying the ride. Damn.
Damn. Damn, 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 damn. Damn, this traffic jam. How I hate to be late. It hurts my motor to go so slow. Damn, this traffic jam. Time to get to work, my coffee bowl is it. Damn, this traffic jam. Damn, this traffic jam. How I hate to be late. It hurts my motor to go so slow. Damn, this traffic jam. Time to get to work, my coffee bowl is it. Damn, this traffic jam.
I left my house about 6 o'clock. 15 minutes to go 3 blocks. Just in time to stand in line.
Freeway looking like a parking lot. I said, damn, this traffic jam. How I hate to be late. It hurts my motor to go so slow. Damn, this traffic jam.
Why the hell were you going?
So what the hell is this parking lot attendant?
She does this every morning.
They just couldn't take that long to park the car. She must be driving it up and around, listening to the radio.
Not only that, but when she finally takes your car, you don't know what the hell she's gonna do with it when she gives it back to you. Okay?
Oh, look.
I've been parking cars 32 years. In my younger days, I was the best. I could have any car like a baby. I stood at customers say, "Wow, you sure can drive." How long you been doing it, they say. I say, I started when I'm 16 and I'm still doing it. All my days is cars, all my hours is cars. I drive my car to work when I get here. It's the customer's car, and then I drive my car right back on home. That's why on weekends, my husband drives. I'm not from Peking to Hong Kong, from the West Coast to the Picos. Hiking cars is my game. In an automobile, I used to have on me. And that's what earned me my name. Ask anybody to tell you about love now. You can ask anybody, and anybody will tell you. There was a time when nobody could beat me doing what I customers, they tip once a week. We gotta come serve, but these they don't tip. So we call it premium service. But I tell you, there ain't nothing premium about it. Why can't I be a rich man with some big bucks in my jeans? I'd like your friend who'll get me and a Cohiba cigar. Cause you can't smoke them Penatellas when you're riding in Mr. Rich Man's car. I see him get up with the tuxedos on, and when I get out of his mother cologne, he pick me up and I listen to a while, just sitting but something like it was my own. I may sit a little longer than I should, but that could make it feel so good too. Let me know the wizard will make me agree. Just like, oh yeah, love now is a wizard. He's so surprised by what you do. One ticket, one thing out. Look out, this people. I had a customer once, small smokestack. I sat down and looked like I was sitting in the back. She said, you better pull that seat up. Something almost 7 feet. I said, mister, I never move. Anybody see this out? Let me know the wizard. We'll let me out free. Let me know the wizard. Walking like we're free. That's right. Ooh, I see a tip. Love it now. Set it off. Oh, yeah. Amanda? Where are those piano chords?
It's on your desk.
Why is it not in my head?
I'm a project manager. I'm here at work at 7:30 a.m. and I leave at 8 p.m. In between my meetings, I answer phone messages and email and try to avoid my boss. You always have a boss. Sometimes you have no pay boss. And sometimes you have a seated boss. She's not behind me, is she? I wish these walls were like a little higher. I've been in a lot of different cubicles. I've been in the high-wall cubes and I've been in half. But listen, the way things are these days, I'm not being in a cubicle at all. I have friends who would kill for this job, for any job. I paper the walls of my cubicle with posters. I brought in my favorite ceramic lamp, fresh flowers, ooh, and these things on my computer. I call them computer gods. You know, I think I brought in more decorations than I thought, but, you know, in a cubicle, things like glow-in-the-dark skeletons go a long way.
Sharing a cubicle is sort of like sharing a bathroom stall. It doesn't matter how tall the sides are or how big it is, you're still in there with someone else in a non-sexy way. I can take a photograph in a cubicle next to me with a little reflection in my window. Sometimes I can see what she's doing. Quite often she emails jokes to her sister. I also look by my webcam. I set up so points directly behind me, and if anybody's coming, I can see them.
You know, I grew up expecting that I'd get out of college and make $1 million. I thought someone would just deliver a Mercedes to my door. Yes, it's been a rude awakening. Do you know that this is the first time in 4 generations that I have it worse than my parents? Yeah. Jobs are not big enough for people. When you ask most people who they are, they define themselves by their jobs. I'm a doctor, I'm a carpenter, I'm a sportscaster. If someone asks me, I say, I'm a mechanic, and at certain points in time, I do things for a living. My mentality is totally different than the people who are 20 years older, the lifers. I have no real sense of loyalty, because I know they have a business to run, and they'll lay me off if it's prudent. I accept that. I don't perceive anyone my age thinks, I got a job for life. What they feel is, all right, I'm going to try to make as much money as I can from this company, then move on to the next and make even more money. This is the first job of many.
I'm a girl who likes to work. Some people enjoy tennis. I enjoy work. I enjoy being a leader. I enjoy being the person that everyone looks to. I like the responsibility of having thousands of people working for me. In our Hoboken, money management is the sexiest job there is. If I'm called a freebooter, a pirate, a robber baron, I take it as a compliment. Absolutely. Who developed America? Was it the regulators, the SEC, or was it the Mellons, the Rockefellers? I mean, tell me what they did bad. Rockefeller shot down to work in the copper fields. Some say he exploited them. Absolutely. And who benefited? There's still Standard Oil, isn't there? Mellon's Bank still around. Listen, how many charities were started by these people? How many national parks were preserved by these raw rivers? These are the giants who built the cities, who built our country. And unless you have losers, you cannot have winners.
Excuse me, Miss Winship, you asked me to remind you that you have an overseas call coming in. You're still here.
Look, I'm gonna have to cut this short. I want to get on the phone for the Myers close overseas. Everybody works long hours these days. And I think that kids work harder today than ever before. Kid wants to make it, he's got to go learn long hours. Then he's got to go to night school, learn federal policy. See, you have to know how to outsmart the regulators to make crops. It's easy. Christ, if you can't outsmart one little government staff, you shouldn't come to work anymore.
This is my first job. I smell like a burger. The register's easy. Hey, you want a burger? Get a picture of a burger. Every day's the same old thing. Hello, chicken nugget, quarter pounder. Yeah, wait for that phone to ring, that phone to ring. The phone at the end of the counter. I see the manager writing down an order. I see the manager making change. I see the manager writing on a dress. I whisper, yes, give me some change. Send me on my way. Okay, I'm off on a delivery. I'm finally on my own.
Off on a delivery.
Delivery peace, and I'm headed for parts for your plate for making you late. That week took 98 for your delivery. I wander out of range. Delivery towards a future new and strange. Job is just the start, but wait, I haven't told you my favorite part is when they pay, and then they say, screw it, keep the change, 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 make it keep the change, I think I'll keep the change, delivery, stop in the delivery far away.
That we don't have in this store. From soda pop to a genuine pearl in a can of oysters. And I know the code for every one of them. On the register, there's a booklet with all the codes in it. That's for the part-time girls. I never look at that. You've got your brain breaks 40-22, and your breast is 40-23. You've got your Granny Smith 17, Australian Eagle 12. I tell you, it just comes to me. I got my right hand ready on the register. Use my left to spin the groceries. And when I feel you wait for the flowers or the fruit, I never have to look at the keys. Please, I'm moving, pedals get close again. I'm moving, pedals get close again. Way more fun than some high checker, working as a checker and moving, moving, moving. And because when I got out of high school, way back when, didn't want no secretary job. I heard the grocery calling me, but then I still love it though the work is hard. You see these part-time girls who are slow all week, then Friday night go dancing for their kids. Well, here's where I'm dancing and my mood all be enhancing. I even come in days I feel sick and quit. I'm stupid and I don't get close again. I'm stupid and I don't get close again. Way more fun than some high checker, working as a checker and moving, moving, moving. Well, sure, my feet got tired, got my aches and pains from the time I was 18. I had the varicose veins, but I put on my support hose, my doctor's shoulder shoes, and I down the Treasure Island dancing away my blues. But so I don't want no office grocery. Give me the grocery, no matter how hectic it gets. I'll be moving, 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 moving. And a treasure and a super paper or plastic?
Hey Jim, how about a break? A break? A break? You got a break the day you were hired.
You do? What's your name?
Roberta.
I'm Pam, but everybody just calls me Babe.
Hurry up and stand out at me somewhere.
10 minutes. You wait your time and I'll give you my full undivided attention. You rush and you're gonna get nothing.
You walk through the door and the music starts playing. Everything is nice, everything looks fresh and pretty. You're not aware that that in the back room it stinks and there's crates all over and people yelling at each other. They play music on the loudspeakers to relax while you shop. They play Guantanamera, the Cuban Revolution song. People don't pay any attention to the music. They go shopping and hit their kids and blame us for the high prices.
Whoa, put the carrots on top. They should teach you people about produce.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. It's just carrots cost so much these days.
According to my mom, I was wearing a cotton sack because we had no money for the college. We used to migrate from California to Arizona and back and forth. The things I saw, they changed my life. I started picking crops when I was 8. I couldn't do much, but every day counts. When I get behind in my chores, I get a carrot thrown at me by my parents. But I would daydream. I picture my mom living in the same community all the time, being admired by all the people. And then I'd be rudely awakened by a broken carrot in my back. Un mejor día vendrá. Un mejor día vendrá. Cuando Dios a los pobres un lugar dará. Cuando madura la tarde, vuelvo cansado a mi hogar. Y soñando en un futuro olvido dolor y pesar. ¿Dónde se ha ido mi vida? ¿Dónde se ha ido mi juventud? Perdidas en las palabras que el viento me trae, un día mejor vendrá. After my dad died, my mom would go into her tent and we'd go into one for los niños. We'd roughhouse and everything. And then I'd go into my mom's tent and I'd see her crying. When I asked her why she was crying, she never gave an answer. All she said was things would get better. But until she's all will get better, it never came from her. ¿Dónde se ha ido mi vida? ¿Dónde se ha ido mi juventud? Perdidas en las palabras que el viento me trae, un día mejor vendrá. If only people could see, in the winter picking crops on icy fields, in the summer picking watermelons in 105 degrees. If only they know how those cucumbers or carrots or melons got at their table. If I had enough money, I'd take busloads of people out into the fields and into the labor camps. That way they'd know how that fine salad got on their table. Cuando Dios a los pobres un lugar dará.
UPS!
You could have said something earlier rather than shouting UPS.
I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Well, yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. You have to make excitement for yourself, you know? I've been bit once already by a Doberman. That's the biggest part of a dog's day, when the UPS man shows up. I had this one house where I was trying to make friends with the dog. It was a Yorkie or some little damn thing. I started to walk away because it was just barking its little full head off, and then it just I thought I had a heart attack. The lady says, he usually relapses from barking too much. I usually hit him over the head with my clipboard. Then they'll say, why did you do that? He's not gonna hurt you. Then I'll say, lady, it's jumping on me, it's scratching me. So, when nobody's looking, you kick him down the street. Even if he follows you, you try to get it from the one you missed a couple houses back. Yeah, that's the big subject of conversation with us. Dogs. And women. Oh. If you have a nice looking babe, that kind of brightens your day. We have a code that we put on the sheet. We put a Q. That stands for cute. If you have a nice little honey laying in her backyard, she'll be laying there with a bathing suit on and a two-piece bathing suit on with her top strap undone. And if you go there and you scare her good enough, she'll jump up. To scare her, where you'll be able to see them better. Now this takes time, but it gives you something to do. It adds excitement to your day. UPS!
At work and I read online. No, I don't have an office. I don't work. I mean, I work, of course I work. It's just, I don't have a job. Anyway, thanks for the offer. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I guess in my mother's days, they'd call me a housewife. It's funny. It's not like I sit at home and watch soap operas all day. I have a lot of work to do. It's just, you wish you had something more to talk about. At dinner parties, something that matters. Because what I do only matters to 3 people. All I am is just a housewife. Nothing special, nothing great. What I do is kind of boring. If you'd rather, it can wait. All I am is someone's mother. All I am is someone's wife, all of which seems unimportant. All it is just my life. Do the laundry, wash the dishes, take the dog out, clean the house, shop for groceries, look for specials. God, it sounds so Mickey Mouse. Drop the kids off, pick the shirts up, try to lose weight, try again. Keep the troops fed, pick their things up, lose your patience. Count to 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All I am is just a housewife, nothing great. What I do is out of fashion, what I feel is out of date. All I am is someone's mother. Right away, I'm not too bright. What I do is unfulfilling. So the TV talk shows tell me every night. I don't mean to complain and all, but they make you feel like you're 2 feet tall when you're just a wife. All I see are the pots and pans and the Pepsi cans of a person's life. You're always if you go to work, but you're just a jerk if you say you won't. People say that they think it's fine, that the choice is mine, but you know they don't. What I do, what I choose to do, maybe it's up to you, but it's not to me. Is it dumb that they need me there? Is it dumb to care? 'Cause I do, you see. And I mean, did you ever think, really stop and think what a job it was? Doing all the things that a housewife does. I'm afraid it's unimpressive. All I am is someone's mother. Nothing special. What I do is unexciting. Take the kids here, take the kids there. I don't mean to complain. All I am is busy, busy every day. Like my mother. All I am is just a housewife.
I didn't want to become a housewife like my mother and sisters. I think I've always known I wanted more out of life. I was 15, sitting in a coffee shop when a friend came by and said, "Hurry up, I've got a cab waiting. You could make $500 in 20 minutes." We went to a penthouse. The guy there was pretty well known. He wanted to watch 2 women do it, and then he wanted to have sex with me. It was very sexy. I mean, he was almost finished by the time we started. It was a tremendous kick. I mean, there I was, doing nothing, feeling nothing. And in 20 minutes, I would walk out with $500 in my pocket. Just out of curiosity, how many of you make $500 for 20 minutes worth? And I was still in high school.
I always thought of myself as an upper-class working girl. The press calls me a socialite, which is just another name for a well-dressed fundraiser. I began in the 90s. I gave a party to Nicaraguan refugee children or something. It wasn't for the Contras, although that would have been fun too. But fundraising is work. It is so hard to separate people from their money.
It's a marketplace transaction. Somehow I managed to absorb that when I was quiet. I was a precocious child. Actually, I was lonely. I never experienced myself as being attractive. I didn't look like a Calvin Klein ad. I was bright and I didn't play by the rules. Guys were mostly scared of me. They didn't want to get involved emotionally, but they did want to have sex. For a while, I was willing to accept that. It was feeling intimacy, feeling warm, feeling.
The other day, I was riding around New York in the car during a hotel strike. And I thought, wow, now I know what it feels like to be a bag lady. I mean, you can't bring every homeless person with you, but you can say something entertaining. You can bring a light into their eyes. I think that's what the word social light means. Wow.
You become your job. I've become a hustler. Even when I'm not hustling, I'm a hustler. What you do is what you are, and I don't think it's terribly different from someone who works on an assembly line 40 hours a week and comes home cut off and numb. People aren't built to switch on and off like water faucets.
Luggage factory. We make suitcases. The tank I work at is 6 foot deep, 8 foot square. In 40 seconds, you have to take the wet felt out of the felter, place the blanket on to draw out the excess moisture. Wait 2-3 seconds, lift the blanket, balance the wet felt over your shoulder. Reach over, grab the hose, spray this copper screen. Turn around to the hot, dry dye behind you. Take off the wet, hot piece and place it on the ground. Put the wet felt on the hot, dry dye and push this button. Inspect the piece we just took off. Stack it, count it, 40 seconds. In the summertime, the temperature at our workstation ranges anywhere from 100 to 150 degrees. I've taken thermometers and checked them out myself. I have arthritis in the joints of my fingers, naturally in my shoulder from balancing this wet piece.
The hose will sometimes leak and spray back at you. The hydraulic presses leak, so you're slipping on oil. You have the possibility of being burnt every time that hot, dry dye hits that wet felt. You're just engulfed in a cloud of steam every 40 seconds. The tanks run 24 hours a day. I work 8 straight hours with 2 10-minute breaks and 1 20-minute break for lunch. I find it difficult to eat my lunch in that amount of time, 40 seconds. Granddad was a sailor, and he blew in off the water. Father was a farmer, and I his only daughter. I took up with a no-good mill-working man from Massachusetts who died from too much whiskey and leaves me these 3 faces to feed. Mill work ain't easy, mill work ain't hard. Mill work most often is a goddamn awful boring job, and I'm waiting for a daydream. Take me through the morning and put me in my coffee break so I can have my sandwich and remember. And it's me and my machine for the rest of the morning, for the rest of the afternoon, and the rest of my life. They can't keep men on the tanks. They say it's too monotonous. I think women adjust to monotony better than men do because women are used to doing 2 things at once, where a man can only think of 1 thing at a time. A woman can listen to a child while she's doing something else. It's the same way on the tanks. You get to become automatic in what you're doing, and your mind is doing something else. My mind begins to wander to the days back on the farm, and I see my father smiling at me, swinging on his arm, and I hear my granddad's stories of the storms out on Lake Erie, vessels and cargoes, fortunes and sailors' lives were lost. It's my life has been wasted, and I have been a fool to let this manufacturer use my body for a tool. I get to ride home in the evening, staring at my hands, swearing by my sorrow that a young girl ought to stand a better chance. And may I work this mill just as long as I'm able, and never reach the man whose name is on the label. It's me and my machine for the rest of the morning, for the rest of the afternoon, and the rest of my when it's all you know how to do, it's what you do.
An organizer is someone who brings in new members. You try to build an organization that will give the people the power to make the changes. I built a fairly solid organization of rural people in Pike County to stop Bethlehem Steel from strip mining. I had to tell people again and again that they had the stuff to do the job, that it's possible to win. You see, most people in their guts don't really believe it. Nobody believed we could stop Bethlehem Steel, but see, all that people in Pike County really wanted was a park, just a place for their kids. And Bethlehem said, go to hell. We're not going to give you a damn thing. So I got 20, 30 people that I saw as leaders together, and I said, let's get that park. They said, we can't. I said, yes, we can. So we wrote letters, we protested, until we finally got on TV. And Bethlehem caved. A couple months later, 4,000 people from Pike County drove down to watch the bulldozers grading down the land to make that park. You see, people become convinced that there's not a damn thing they can do. I think we have it inside of us to change things. I mean, all human recorded history is about what? 5,000 years old? How many people in that time have made an overwhelming difference? 20? 30? You see, the problem with history is that it's written by old college professors about great white men. But that's not what history is. History is a hell of a lot of little people, men and women, just like you and me, getting together and deciding they want a better life.
I could have been what I could have been. I could have been something. If what I could be had been left to me, I could have been something. A tower of strength, a center of power, at $10 an hour. If I could have done what I could have done, I could have done big things. With some luck to do what I wanted to, I could have done big things. So wherever you rivers climbed up you hills, paid all my bills. Now it's just dreams that I'm stuck with, and hell that ain't a lot to show. But deep down inside, where it counts, I know.
Hey, somebody, what you wanna hear? The story of my life.
Hey, somebody, you got the time? We broke that clock. Time's the only thing I know. And travel quite that slow.
Can you hear that whistle?
That whistle.
The last hour is the hardest. You sit there with half a mind and one eye on the clock.
The only thing I'm thinking about is going home, taking off my uniform, and having a nice cold beer.
Putting my feet up in front of the TV.
When that whistle blows, you got a lot of guys wanting to sit around and talk. I just want to get out of here.
Stone, you get interested in what you're doing, and you usually fight the clock the other way. You're not looking for quitting time, you're wondering if you got enough done, because it's almost time to quit. You see, there's not a house in the country I haven't built that I don't look at every single time I go by. If there's still one stone cooking, I notice it. The people who live there might not notice it, but I notice it. You see, stone's my passion, stone's my life. I dream all day about stone. One day, I'm gonna build me a stone cabinet down by the Green River. I'm gonna have stone cabinets in the kitchen. Everything's stone. It seems like all my dreams got a piece of rock mixed up in it.
He built a house with his hands. 30 years go by, it stands where nothing stood. A house of stone, the mason sleeps real good. He does his work day flies. When time's a big surprise, and then it's one more stone to get just right. It's always one more stone before the night. Every house he builds, every stone he lays, it's not just making money and counting off the days. He builds his house with his hands. 100 years go by, it stands, it tells you who he was. A life goes fast, but the work a mason does, it's made to last. Yeah, the work a mason does.
Nothing in this world lasts forever, but with stone, you're getting awful close.
It's made to last.
Got no teeth to go, 'cause if I E-I-O, sing along the boat. And the only man telling me where to go is the man that owns the boat. And he says, roll, 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 roll. You stay where and I stay when. Roll, roll, roll. Back on my feet. Roll, roll, roll. Back it up and do it again. Roll, roll, roll. Back on my wheels again.
Number, please. 336 in Rockland.
Halfway back home from Milwaukee, I make 4 round trips, and I pass within 4 blocks of my house, and I never go home. You sit in your truck, and your only companionship is your own thoughts. You get mighty lonely, not talking to anybody for 48 hours. And I'll tell you, you're even lucky to talk to your dispatcher. Hello? Yes, this is Chet. Hello? Hello?
Bell Atlantic, may I help you?
Yeah, I just got cut off.
May I have the number you were calling?
Yeah, 219-264-8127.
I'm sorry, sir, that number is busy.
What are you talking about, lady? I was just talking to him. What's wrong with you people?
I'm sorry, sir. Perhaps the party is trying to reach you. Maybe if you wait 5 minutes, then place your call. Again. Sometimes you really want to talk to them if they sound upset. For me, it's a temptation to say, gee, what's the matter? But you can't say more then. I'm sorry you're having trouble. If you get caught talking with a customer, that's one mark against you. One man said, operator, I'm lonesome. Will you talk to me, please? I said, I'm sorry, sir. I just can't. But you can't. I'm a communications person and I can't communicate.
I always thought of the receptionist as like the dumb broad who sat at the front desk taking like phone messages. Now I'm one. So, of course I've changed my opinion. I mean, she had to be special because I was special, right? I mean, I was fine until we had this one office party and I'd be having a fairly intelligent conversation with someone. And then they'd ask me what I did. When I said, I'm a receptionist, they'd make an excuse and walk away. So now I make up other words for what I do. Communications control, servo mechanism, and at the end of the day, I'm tired of talking.
Your mouth gets tired because you talk constantly for 6 hours straight. You can't think.
What I do
Everyone
all
is
day is
worried
say that I have
about
to
something
say,
else.
technical
You're on the size of
I know
gymnasium,
people
surrounded by people
slow
talking to
down
people thousands
when
of
I'm
miles
talking.
away. Do I ever listen in on phone conversations?
I never listen to a phone conversation, but I'll tell you,
Some girls really do. Especially if you're working the night shift. Sometimes people on the line are so funny, you'll sit there laughing with the tears rolling down your face.
I once worked for the Illinois Bell. I don't care who the operator is, greatest joy is listening in on phone conversations.
It makes the night go faster.
Sometimes, to make the night go faster, I'll do drawings, Mondrian sort of things. Always nature, never people. I pretend I'm alone. It's quiet. I call it the land of no phone. I never answer the phone when I'm alone.
I saw this ad in the paper, equal opportunity employer salary plus commission. When I got the job, I was thrilled. All I had to do was say talk on the phone. We didn't even have to think what to say. They had it all written out.
Bell Atlantic, may I help you? I'm sorry, sir, that number is busy. Perhaps if you wait 5 minutes, then place your call again.
Good afternoon, Sharon Atkins. George Jacobs in the Rice. Can I help you? Oh, I'm sorry. That number is busy. Would you like his voicemail?
Hello, this is Miss Dubois. Can I please have a moment of your time, if you'd only for 3 short months subscribe to our newspaper? It's for a worthy cause to help blind children. What really did it for me was that one call I made. It was the worst neighborhood. The guy on the phone listened patiently and he said, I really would love to help. He was blind himself. Here I was, sitting here telling him a bunch of lies. I apologized and thanked him. I ran to leave. I was nauseous. I prayed right there in the restroom. I said, dear God, there must be some other word for me. I've never harmed anyone in my life, dear Lord. I went back in and finished the day because I had no other means of employment. And then, as if my prayers were answered, I got another job. So I walked into my supervisor's office and I told him a few things. I was sick of his bullying and I wasn't going to lie for him anymore. Oh Lord, I really can't tell you what I said, but I was calm, I didn't shout. Oh, it felt good. I still work in the same building. I pass him in the hall every once in a while. Every time I see him, I hold my head up very high, very erect, and I just keep walking.
It's something to run into somebody who says, it's a nice day out, operator. How's your day? Busy? Has it been a rough day? You're so thankful for these people. You say, yes, it's been an awful day.
Thank you for asking.
No, I'm sorry. We won't have anything until 9:30. Yes, I'm sorry. We're very busy tonight.
Would you like your quota of mercury today? What's exciting at the bar that I can open? It would be very boring if I had to say, would you like a cocktail? Over and over. So I come out different from my own voice. I say, what's exciting at the bar that I can offer? Or something. Maybe with cocktails, I give them a little philosophy. They have coffee, I give them political science. I have an opinion on every single subject there is. My bosses don't like it, so I speak sort of voce. But if I get heated, I don't give a damn. I speak like an Italian speaks. I have to be a waitress. How else does the world come to be? Everyone wants to eat. Everyone has hunger, and I serve them. I give service. I can't be servile. There is a difference. I get intoxicated with giving service. It becomes theatrical, and I feel like I'm on a head. I get intoxicated. I'm on stage. There's some ass don't care when they keep down. There's a sound, not a thing. When they move a chair straight with a grate on the ground, not a thing. I cut my hand right when I place the glass. Notice how I stand right, customers pass. Serve a demi-tasse with a gesture so gentle, or do it again till it's near oriental. It's an art to be a fine waitress, to see that you pleasure each guest. There's a twist to my wrist when I bring your steak in, and watch how I take in your liver and bacon. It all will be stylish and smart. That's what makes it an art. I remember one day, as I do now and then, I had chase. Down I went, there with my tray full of coffees and cordials and cakes. Down I went, but I cut my voice, not one guest heard me call. Never made a noise, not one noise, food and all. If you have to crawl, you give them what they like. You carry your tray like it's almost ballet like la 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 la. It's an art to be a fine waitress, keeping eye treasure the test. Like tonight was a fight, they hired this boss which rose all my boy.
boy, we have a quick heart-to-heart. Even that isn't much. Your stink, m'lady. I like to say, m'lady. I hate men. And sometimes I'll say flickily, your check, mademoiselle. Well, let's see. What shall we tip you? I'll do what you want. Don't play God with me. Tips. Tips are important for people like captains and barmen. For them, it's tipsy for me. I'm a gypsy, just toss me a coin, and I suddenly feel like I'm farming. So on through the ulcer and the backache, that sweaty feet. On you go. Through is your knife dull, sir, and Madam wants what? With her mate, on you go. To approaches the curtains he sends. There among the roaches my accent every night I tend to find myself crying. There's no work so trying or so satisfying. I tell everyone that I'm a waitress and I'm proud. When somebody comes up to me and says, hey, you're terrific, how come you were just a waitress? I say to them, why? Don't you think you deserve to be served by me? It's an art to be a great waitress without label or bad. So I do it for the room, the plan everyone else has there. No one else has, I swear. No one else has my mentions when I say on the heart. So it gives me life. I'm coming from Ireland. Maybe I'm not quite like a legend, but I'm not just a waitress. We're great. I'm a one, but I'm great. So check me, one lady, let's go. I just took Hawaii for 2 weeks. Went with my lover. One of my daughters said, act your age. I said, honey, if I were acting my age, I wouldn't be walking. Not after 16 years on this job.
I've got 15 years to go. Then I'll have my pension time.
I've got 36 years till I can retire.
Another 29 years.
37 years.
Here it comes from the Paul Parker Studio at CS in Hollywood. It's The Price is Right. Sharon Reyes, come on down. Christian Gurley, come on down.
When I retired, a lot of people told me, Joe, you shouldn't have done it, you know? But, you know, I got no regrets because you're just an old man, you know? The simple thing is, you do what you gotta do, and you don't take nothing from no one. I mean, stay busy. Keep moving. That's the trick. Wake at 10, fold up the bed. You don't want to leave your couch open all day, you know it's depressing. You cook an egg, you toast some bread. You cook for yourself, you save a bundle. If you don't keep track of your money, who will? You think about the day ahead. You don't go feeling sorry for yourself. It's like I said, you can sit home and be mad at the world, or you can get out and do things. You take a walk. chum. This one guy lives down by National Biscuits. Boy, you should see the nice aroma. Bull, you are some. And maybe he calls up a couple of little fellas to come and play some poker. You lose at gin until they come. This never was the card you picked up. The dirty bum. You can't beat a gin, sure, but he's doing nothing. You take a bus, you take a train. You go visit your wife's grave on the way everything in his digest. It does you good to use your brain. Or maybe you go out and you see a cousin, you're bringing a six-pack along. You take a stroll down memory lane. When we were young, we were always together. At Raising King, we go back long ways, him and me. Oh, the times we had. I remember once, back in 42, we were at the fair with these girls we knew on this crazy ride. And when you screamed or you prayed, the big dip they called it. We could hardly walk as we left the car, so we staggered down for a candy bar. Then we sat and laughed in the penny arcade. At 6 o'clock, you watch the news. Them politicians get you so mad you throw your slipper out the set. You cook some Franks. Big to-dos. Most nights you lay around and straighten out, maybe you call your daughter. You watch the game, you take a snooze, but then there's Sunday. Sunday's different. You change your shirt and shine your shoes, cause you're going around the block to the tavern. You shoot some pool, you drink some beer. You don't gotta drink a lot to have a good time, maybe 3-4 in an evening. You find a pal. You meet a lot of your old crowd there Sundays. Sometimes a bunch of you sing the kind of song you never hear, like Stardust or In the Mood. And then you cheer. Last Sunday night we sang Till We Meet Again. Believe it or not, I once did a waltz to that tune. Honest to God. It was at a dance. I was 17, and then the girl was like from a magazine, and the lights were low, and I really mean low. I think some of my friends had something to do with that. Then I kissed her cheek as we walked away. I remember that like it's yesterday. What was she surprised? I can hear her say, Joe! They drive you home from around the block. Cash out of your sock. You fix the bed, you check the lock. You wind the clock. When I retired, a lot of people told me, Joe, you shouldn't have done it. You got your health. But it was too late. But I got no regrets. I keep moving, keep busy. I go to fires every once in a while. That fire we had on Milwaukee Avenue about 3 months ago, I was there. I was surprised that the fire was coming out there heavy as hell, but you didn't see no smoke. You get the news over the radio, but boy, that was some fire.
You go in there, and it's dark, and smoke's pouring out of the building, and it all happens real fast. And you turn around, and the whole room is orange and yellow, and you can just feel the heat. The other fireman got up on the ladder and saved 2 people, but downstairs there was a guy trying to get out, and they had bolts on the door, and he was burnt dead. You know what the lead man said? Shit, we lost the guy. I said, you saved 2 people. How the hell would you know that a guy was sleeping on the pool table? He said, yeah, but we lost the guy. I always wanted to be a fireman. A lot of guys want to be firemen, but it's like kids. Everybody's still a kid. Guys 40 years old still feel like a kid inside. I once was a cop. Know why I switched? I like people. And sometimes when I was a cop, I feel like the hate was coming into me. For an example, I remember this one time. I was at the top of this project and there was this big guy about 6'7" at the top of the stairs. And he has his back towards me and I said, "Hey fella, turn around." And his elbows were moving around his belt and I said, "Hey fella, turn around a minute." And then it dawned on me that he had a gun cut to his belt and he was trying to get it out. So I pulled my gun and I said, "You f***er, I'm gonna shoot." And then he turned around and he threw his hands up against the wall and I started shaking and he started shaking and the gun in my hand started shaking like a and I must have been crying. I said, "Just get the hell out of here." So I took the fire department test in 98 and I got called back in 99. No, this world is so fucked up. This country is fucked up. But the firemen, you actually see them produce. Like, you see them put out fires. And you see them come out with babies in their hands. And you see them give mouth to mouth when a guy dying on the floor. You can't get around that shit. That shit's real. I worked in a bank once. It's nothing but numbers and papers. It's not real. But as a fireman, I could look back and say that I put out that fire. I saved somebody. It shows that I did something on this earth. I always wanted to be a fireman.
You know what I always wanted to do? I want to play the piano. That's what I really wanted. You know, I write songs over my life, growing up in the South with my mom and my grandma. Now, I've got my own beautiful daughter, and I've got plans for her. So I leave the house every morning, I go to the Marriott, and I come here and scrubbing again. For generations, that's all we've done, scrubbing. My mama, my grandma, and me. But my daughter, she ain't gonna do no domestic work. I ain't to be the end of that particular line. Baby said I had the hotel thing.
Charlie. I'll be 23 in 3 weeks. I was recommended for this job as a copier on the Chicago paper. I went down to the paper and told them how much I wanted to be a journalist. He liked me. I had heels on. You know, going to work was kind of a missionary kind of thing. I was bringing in organic raisins or organic walnuts and just giving them away to everybody. You know, at this stage of the game, I was in a very spiritual mood. I was enjoying my job because I was answering the phone most of the time. You know, people would call up and complain, and I'd say, look, this is a capitalist newspaper, and as long as it's a capitalist newspaper, it's not going to serve you. Its job is to make money for its owner. And I told him to call it up with the editor, or come take over the paper. You know, people responded very well to these suggestions. But then the editor comes in, and he's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I just want him to take a baseball bat and smash his head in. I mean, he's a good person. I like him a lot. I don't know if I'd get any pleasure from shooting him up with a 50 caliber machine gun. My fantasies was getting a gun and shooting each and every one of them. Or walking to the editor's office and saying, okay, now how do you face your death? You know, I always wondered, what do I do when I get fired? I wanted to do something to show them, to say, hey, I'm better than you motherfuckers. I got fired because I'm different. I was thinking, what could I do? I could smoke a joint in the break room, meditate in the library, kidnap them and shoot them. You know, I had to think fast. So I walked up to the editor and I said, I hope you can live with the conditions you're creating. And he said, well, I'm not the one who's creating these conditions, you are. And I said, no, 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 I'm not the one with the power, you're the one with the power. Now, I've gotten myself on unemployment. You know, they were nice to me the first few times. Then a lady at the desk tells me that, oh, get a number. And I said, you, I can bash in your head and steal your money. But that's bitterness. And I don't like being bitter. I'm a pacifist.
Daddy's lately I've been thinking a lot, thinking about my dad. Lots of funny things that I thought I forgot. It makes me sad. High school and it used to be. Didn't want to touch me, and I shuddered if it did. Further back to summer nights, baseball games beneath the lights, and he's living his heart. My daddy and his kid. He was my hero then. He couldn't do no wrong as far as I was concerned. I thought he was the strongest and wisest and the best of men. The tables had turned. I had learned what little time it takes. And everybody breaks, and daddies make mistakes. My son is my imprint, you know. Every time I see a sharp young man walking down the street, I'm looking at my son. Now, I love him, but I hope one day he tells me, you're a great guy, but you're a dummy. If you can't improve yourself, you improve your posterity. The first caveman, I'm pretty sure the first caveman that climbed the top of the hill, he didn't do it purely out of curiosity. He did it so he could get his son out of the cave. Heard a lot of songs say, where you going, my son? Now I know they're for real. Boy, you never stop to think how fast the years run. How fast the years still. Now I think I always knew why I do the things I do, the things I never did. Why I work my whole damn life so I can give a better life than the one I dare give me. I give it to my kids.
See? It's not just a work. Someone built the pyramid.
The pyramids, the Empire State building. These things don't just happen. I don't care how little you did. You drive down a road and say, I worked on this road. If there's a bridge, you say, I worked on that bridge.
If a carpenter built a cabin for a poet, the poet owes the carpenter a little plaque, just 3 or 4 lines on a wall.
Though we labor in our minds, this place that we can rest in was built by someone who can work with his hands. Picasso can point to a painting. A writer can point to a book. What can I point to?
Everyone should have something to point to.
You know what I want? I want there to be a building, say, the Empire State. And I want there to be a list of all the names of everyone who's ever worked on the building, every ironworker, electrician, mason. That way, a father could take his son by the hand and say,